Hi there. Today we're going to be looking at another tune from Final 7. This one's called Lurking in the Darkness. Let's take a look. Okay, so at the start it looks like we have a couple of minor 7 flat 5s. So C minor 7 flat 5, D minor 7 flat 5. And then if we continued in the same pattern it would be, but we have this extension, so if it just continued like you would think. Well, that's it. And that's quite creepy. But instead, when we get to the top, got a lot of tension in that. Hard to say what that could be. There's a couple of different ways you could look at it, so it's hard to know what he was thinking about. I mean, the bass line's familiar. It's almost like a blues cliche. If this was C, you'd have the 1, 2, flat 3, major third. But then of course, with these chords you're playing, they're not in any particular key. That you can take one chord and just move it around. So as long as you do it in a smooth way. The ear will track it. This one again, I mean that looks like C major in first inversion, but then that, if it's not C, if A flat was the root note, it would almost look like A flat major 7, but then not likely to have a sharp 5 in the bass. So maybe it's just a chord that's gonna create tension. Maybe an F minor 9 if it had an F there. So if F was the root note, be like the root note, the minor third, fifth, 9, and then this is the E part of a falling line. Like if I heard it's hard to tell because you don't get any context. It's just. But in any case, these series of chords creates a lot of mystery. Same idea again, but with a little variation. If this is the musical question, this is the first answer. And then different answer. Okay, the next section, these. Now, these voicings are quite common in jazz, referred to as rootless voicings, so there's a lot of ambiguity there. If the bass player is playing E, this is a kind of E dominant 13. You've got there's the tritone, there's the third and the flat 7, and then you've got the 9 and the 13. The thing is to use the same shape, whatever you're going to use. Say this was E13. If I play a bass note that is a tritone away, and I think of B flat as the root note, now D is the third, and we'll now think of this as A flat. So it's some type of B flat dominant chord, but the same extensions that we had before, if we now think of them as G flat and D flat, or it could be like a sharp 9. If the bass note is E, you're getting color, but it's color that's in the key. Whereas if you want chromatic extensions, by changing the bass note to one that is a tritone away, now you're getting more chromatic color, that raised 5, flat 13, or the sharp 9 on top, or both. And you could just resolve them. If I treated it as an E7, I could easily resolve it to A major. Or if I had it as B flat, I could resolve it to E flat major. Here there's no actual bass note, so you just have these series of chords that looks like maybe E7, D7, B7. Again, if I put the bass notes that I would associate with them immediately, so. But as I said, there's no bass line, so they're just left to sit there. They're nice chords in their own right. And then there's a nice bass line that comes in here. Okay, so when the chords return for the second time, we do have a bass line, although again it's not the kind of choices that I'm used to, so you have unless it's some type of we have a D here, which would make this kind of a Lydian sound, because you have the root note, the major third, the major 7, and that sharp 4. And then it does fall to C. So now is that some C Lydian chord? That's different now. But at least the ear's already heard these chords. Maybe F major with the third in the bass. So it's still like a Lydian sound, but it's with the third in the bass. Last one seems more clear what that is. It's kind of a E minor, but with a 6 and a 9 on it. Same structure of voicing. You know. But with harmony this ambiguous, it's difficult to say for certain what anybody was thinking when they wrote it. It all creates a kind of tension. The next section is even more tense. So you have these kind of clusters. So it's another unique voicing that's moved around. So it consists of minor second, and then a jump of a sixth. They are moving down by the same, so if you listen to the top note, it slowly spells this descending arpeggio. So at least as dissonant as it is, it's the voicing itself remains the same as it falls, and the distance by which it's falling remains the same type of interval. They're all falling thirds. Some major, some minor, but they're all thirds. So there is a type of logic to it. If I just got this, if I saw this voicing, I might think of it as a type of maybe a minor 9. With a major 7 sometimes. So like this one could be B minor 9 or B minor major 9. Something like that. And then G minor. And then E, C. But again, there's no bass line, so it's hard to tell. It could be so many things. And then the loop finally ends with something more clear as to what it is. So you have this. Which is like a blues lick with a B minor blues scale. But it's got really good phrasing because it starts on the end of 1, so it's not. So it automatically adds a bit of movement to it. You have all the root notes are always on the offbeat. That flat 5 resolving upwards into the 5th. Then going down to the 5th and coming back up to the root note. And everything in octaves. So obviously octaves makes it sound a lot stronger. So that one's Lurking in the Darkness, played in the second reactor. Very difficult to say exactly what anybody was thinking about that, but there's such a lack of information. Could be so many things. Alright, we'll leave it there. See you next time. Thanks for watching.